Happy Wednesday, Florida Gator fans. Today, November 6, 2019, welcome to the SwampCast with your host, Blake C. Today, we are going to be talking about how the number 6 Florida Gators took care of business last night at home in the Swamp against the North Florida Ospreys. Today, we're going to talk about what went right, what went wrong, and what lies ahead for the Florida Gator men's basketball team. The number 6 Florida Gators had no issues handling business on Tuesday night versus the North Florida Ospreys, winning by a score of 74-59. These Gators, folks, have a long season ahead of them, I get it, but as Mick Hubert says, my oh my, I can see why they are ranked at number 6 to start off the 2019 season. Let's get into it. What went down on Tuesday in Gainesville? Kerry Blackshear Jr. ended up in the game with 20 points to go along with 10 rebounds in his opening debut as a Florida Gator. Kerry Blackshear showed everyone tonight what all the buzz and the hype is surrounding him and why he makes this Florida Gators team a real contender this year. The 6'10" Blackshear, transfer from Virginia Tech, went 8 for 11 from the floor. He had a 3-point field goal, hitting all of his shots from the foul line, grabbed 4 offensive rebounds, and dished out 3 assists in 32 minutes. Other names to take note of: sophomore guard Noah Locke had a solid game, reaching double digits and adding 14 points to go along with 2 3-point attempts made. Local product, my man Trey Mann, who made his debut last night, was the only other Gator in double figures, finishing the night with 11 points. Mann played good, and Mike White has said that Trey Mann works very hard in practice. He expects a lot of big things from Trey. He showed tonight his soft floater around the rim. He showed his court vision, and he showed a little bit of maturity, which will only grow with experience. Let's talk about Kerry Blackshear. I want to put some emphasis on him. A little bit about him, as we all know, he was once a standout down in Orlando at Orlando Evans High School. And he's not just a highly productive post player, all right? He comes armed with a tremendous knowledge, IQ, and feel for the game that you cannot teach. His statistics from last year speak. I mean, they make me excited. For themselves, they are right under 15 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, and dishing out just under 2.5 assists per game last year during the 2018-19 season, while shooting, Florida Gator fans, just over 50% from the floor, 33% from the three-point arc, and almost 75% from the free throw line. Those numbers, of course, mind you, were compiled while playing in the best basketball conference in the country on back-to-back NCAA tournament teams, with some of his best games coming against the ACC's biggest powerhouses. Offensively, Blackshear brings so much. He has a complete low post game. He can play with his back to the basket, post up. He has soft hands to finish lobs. He has the mobility for pick and rolls. Also, he can catch it on the elbow or in the high post, and he can become a triple threat option. You know, he has just natural skills as a shooter who can bring his defender out to him on the perimeter. And as a passer, he has that, I want to say, LeBron-like court vision where he can hit cutters. I'm not saying he's LeBron James. I'm just saying that he's got that natural, candid ability to hit cutters, you know, or he can become a handler who can put the ball on the deck and drive it. And when you drive the basketball, it brings about good things. You're either going to the foul line or you're taking your chances on a high percentage shot. You know, and beyond stuffing the stat lines, Blackshear, I feel, and the tape that I've watched on him, he's a terrific communicator and a traffic coordinator on both ends of the floor, so to speak, with the ability to facilitate on offense as a true play-through big man, and he's able to do all the things that you want a big man to do. He's able to switch. He's able to box out. He's able to play help side defense. He's able to play defense off the ball. He knows where to be. He knows where to be when he's needed on the defensive end. And that is important. That is what the Florida Gators have been lacking. This past season, he averaged 30 minutes per game while at Virginia Tech. That is just a testament. It's a stamp on his ability to stay out of foul trouble. He is a smart player. What went wrong? It's hard to complain about a win. I'm not here to be a complainer, but there are things that have to be improved on, and Mike White and staff will make those adjustments. They're going to work on them in practice, and they know what they are. The things that I saw that need to be addressed are the Gators, for the second game in a row, were outscored in the second half, 37-35. The defense out on the perimeter continues to have struggles for Mike White's team. The Gators just seem to lack intensity. They allowed the Ospreys to shoot 47% from three-point range and just laid off defending the paint in the second half. And according to Mike White, the team, he felt, lost its intensity for 4 to 5 minutes going into the second half, and he didn't feel like they ever got their mojo back. Even with that being said, Mike White had praise for some of his players, and one in particular was local product Trey Mann and his growth and his strides that he's making on the defensive end. He said that he's made a big jump defensively, and I think he's just, from an accountability standpoint, defensively ahead of our other 4 freshmen. So the Gators are going to improve. They're going to get to where they need to be at, and it's exciting to see what the season brings, what lies ahead in this 2019-20 season. So what lies next for the Florida Gators? The Florida Gators host Florida State in Gainesville this Sunday at the O'Connell Center, November 10th. Folks, the 2019-2020 basketball season is officially here and got underway last night, and it is going to be exciting. For the first time in a long time, the Gators have a big man, some size around him, players to complement him with Blackshear. Blackshear seems to have that natural leadership mentality that the Gators have been needing to get them by in those tough games later on in the year, like versus Kentucky. This year will bring tests. Will bring tough games, Florida Gator fans, but I am very excited with this Gator basketball roster. More excited, and you should be too, than I've been in a very long time. Thank you very much for listening to the SwampCast, presented by SwampFury.com, and hanging out with me, your host, Blake C. Today we talked about the number 6 Florida Gators handling their business against North Florida. We talked about what went right in last night's game, what went wrong, Kerry Blackshear, and what is next for these Florida Gators. Thank you for tuning in and listening. If you have not, check out the website www.swampfury.com. Again, that's www.swampfury.com. And as always, go Gators.